All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Quick turnaround time here at the U.S. Amateur Championship. We've got some bonus coverage for you, so to speak. A late 3 o'clock round just now going out. So we're going to see Liem Nguyen of North Carolina against Rickey Cook of Arkansas. We're going to be squaring off. Again, we are here at the U.S. Amateur Championship, Strokers in Palm Harbor, Florida. Race to 7. They are starting in the 8-ball set, so they'll play 5 games of 8-ball, 8 games of 9-ball. This looks like Rickey Cook at the table.
Yeah, Benton, Arkansas. Drove through there quite a few times. Just across from Texarkana, not too far into the state. Liem Nguyen? Liem Nguyen?
I said Liem, but
Liem. Okay, that's probably
Liem
correct.
Nguyen, I'm
yeah,
guessing,
that's probably correct.
I'm sure someone out there in internet land will correct us if we're wrong. Again, we didn't have a lot of time to talk to these players. This is a 3 o'clock match, so it's running behind. They had the open table on the stream, so they went ahead and got it out there. So the good news is you folks are getting bonus coverage, so to speak.
Okay, I don't know if he tried to move the 9 maybe a little bit there. Difficult situation here with the 2 and the 3 if you're solids. Not easy for the stripes either.
And this would also be a 1-loss match, I believe, from the 3 o'clock round.
Yeah, I think we'll see our undefeated players at 4:30. That's when that final 16 of the winner's side starts. Oh, nice stroke there. Real fluid with the cue. It's always a good sign.
Liem.
Liem, okay.
Thank you, Catherine. Catherine Kelly. Liem.
Obviously with some Vietnamese descent, right? Nguyen. The most popular name. The Smith or Jones of America there in Vietnam. It's a crazy stat, or it used to be. I was good friends with some Nguyen's in high school, and I think it was something like 40% of the country is Nguyen.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, this was in the 80s, of course, so that might have changed. But
Well, Liam's out in Charlotte, North Carolina. Plays at the Smokin' Q. He wanted to tell everybody hello back home. Finished 49th in the 2019 U.S. Amateur Championship. That is his only appearance. He said his goal here was to improve upon that standing. Big fan of Niels Fyen.
yeah, nothing wrong with that. Super solid, great player, hard worker. He's trying to contact either the 8 or the 3 coming with the cue ball. He wants to open that up. Pretty nice effort. Didn't miss the pocket by much. First look at Rickey Cook besides that break shot, that opening break.
Let's see what I can tell you about Rickey from Benton, Arkansas. Been playing since he was 14 years old.
All right, he's going to contact the 15 here. Nice shot. Maybe the 15 is going to help. Now he can get at the 14 and the 10 and the side. They did go in the corners as well.
Rickey wanted to give a shout out to the folks back at CJ's in Benton, his hometown pool hall where he grew up playing as a kid. Owned by Zach and Courtney Ramsey. He also mentioned Chrome Billiards out of North Little Rock. So
yeah, that's right. Chrome
Billiards.
Billiards.
Places that he likes to play there. Back home.
Yeah, I wouldn't, not brand new pool room, but opened maybe 5 years ago or 6 years ago, something like that. I think they even moved locations at one point to make it bigger and better. Pool room that does a lot with tournament play. Okay, he doesn't really want, I don't think wants to bump anything here. Maybe that's solid, I guess, but all his stripes have a pocket. So normally when they all go already, unless it's really important or you can't really not hit a ball, you really don't want to rearrange them too much. Should get on the 12 now. That's the ball, the problem ball. Ooh, he rattled the 11.
I'll bring Liam back to the table.
Yeah, no reason to take on a miss, and he doesn't want to shoot the 2 first. just because the cue ball movement's tough. So it should be the 1, 2, 3, 8. Oh, the 5's down here as well. Excuse me. Just overlooked that ball. Still about the same, though, I think. 1, 2, 5, 3, 8. You get to the bottom rail here with the cue ball. Well, he's moved it quite a bit. Shouldn't hurt, really. And maybe that one was just a bit thinner than it appeared on camera. So the 3 late. The only reason he shoots this leads towards the 5. Nice, overcut it just a bit. The one thing he did is he made the 8 very difficult. So let's see. That 10 ball angle looks pretty good to shoot the 10, because you want to get at the 9 kind of early. That way you can either go into the 3 with the cue ball. I shoot the 10 here myself. And the only reason I'm saying that is when you shoot the 9 and say you go into the 8 with the cue ball or into the 3, you want that 11 hanging. That way, no matter where you get, you probably have a good shot. Now, I know the 10's a little more missable than the 11. The 11 you're not going to miss, but 10 sure does lead towards a problem here up table. And by that shot, it makes me think that Rickey's just going to settle for a bank on the 8. Still going to make some nice shots to get to that point, but oh, nice shot there. Needs a little bounce. Doesn't have much angle here. Now the other thing he could do is if he gets good on the 9, he can get the cue ball between the 3 and 8 and play the 8 up long. That's probably more of the plan he's thinking. He'd love to have a little more angle on this 12. That makes easier cue ball movement to the 9. Just got to show that stroke off here, I think. Get the cue ball out. Oh, he got it out a lot. So he may have to go into the 8 now. Now there is another play there that you wouldn't do very often, but a 9 off the 3, but that's not the shot. You want to go into the 8 mildly. You don't have to go hard. And I don't know if he came away with a pocket here. It's tough. It's tight.
Jeremy, I got a pretty cool story that I just found out about here at the USAM. We'll wait until the beginning of the second rack. I'm going to tell you about it. I think you're going to like it. I think the folks tuning in are going to like it too. Has to do with one of our participants here.
All right, trying to play it by the 2. He's going to use the 2 a little bit. Feels better about that. He's going to have the 8 hanging, but he didn't leave no picnic for his opponent, I'll tell you that. What do you do with the 8 hanging? You got to cut the 5 or bank the 5, I guess. No safety here. Many of the 3 o'clock rounds finishing. Few open tables now. Oh, great shot. And all pressure right there. He had to come with one.
Very nice.
And kid's got a fluid stroke, I tell you that. Really nice and long, good tempo. People don't realize how important that is. Oh, a little quick there and overcut it a little bit. It's going to cost him the first game. A lot of players go rail first here, no reason. ball first, you can get in trouble, but you get it nice.
All right, Rickey Cook takes a 1-0 lead in this race to 7 while they rack the balls. Let's hear a word from our friends at pooldog.com. All right, Liem Nguyen has prepared the rack. Rickey Cook ready to break the 1-0 lead.
All right, second ball break. Don't see anything down just yet.
All right, Jeremy, so you ready for the cool USAM story I got for all you folks?
Yeah.
I just found out about this, so I had to share. Earlier today, we had a match featuring Ernesto Bayawa and Ian Clark. Ian is out of San Diego, California. Apparently, Ian's mother, who is from Ireland, has been here the last 2 days incognito, mingling with the crowd, watching him play unbeknownst to him.
Oh, wow.
And then she just revealed, fortunately Ian was just knocked out of the tournament, so Mom finally comes clean and comes out to see Ian. So really cool moment.
Yeah.
Wish we could have shown it here on the stream because it's one of those, feel-good, heartwarming things. But a very cool story here at this year's U.S. Amateur Championship.
Yeah, and it's, it's not coming from Orlando right there. She came all the way from, yeah, that's awesome, yeah.
So special moment for the two of them, and I'm sure they're going to enjoy this experience, even though he's now exited the tournament.
Kind of give me chills a little bit there, Jason.
Fantastic,
come on.
isn't it?
We're in the pool hall.
What a surprise! What a surprise from Mom. Very cool story.
Yeah, it reminds me of the
2 days she's been hiding.
Yeah,
here.
that's pretty special.
Somehow he hasn't seen her in 2 days. This place is not that big.
Well, he's been focused.
Yeah.
If he wasn't focused, he probably feels that Mom's in the room somewhere, right?
I can only imagine her tiptoeing around and trying to stay out of sight,
Yeah.
Cool. I can see him sitting up there now, so very, very cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. And it reminds me of the military commercials where, the family isn't expected to see the person in the military coming over. So
I think we might have actually got some video of it, so maybe we'll be able to share it with the folks. But
yeah,
I heard that
sweet.
story. I love that. I love that.
Okay, a little out of line here, but not a big deal. Again, if you need to change plans in 8-ball, so like if he needs to shoot the 4-3-5-2, I think he wanted to shoot, the 4-5-2-3 is what he wanted to do. But nothing wrong with changing plans in 8-ball. Kind of what the game's, kind of based behind, meaning you play certain shots early knowing you're going to change plans sometimes. So now he'll play a longer shot on the 5 after this 3. But he's hoping just to be able to simply draw over for the 4 on the side. Oh, just kind of a miss in my mind, kind of from nowhere. And I don't mean like dogging it or anything. Never would claim that, but
it was a 3-ball that gave him a problem in the last rack, wasn't it? That 3-ball in the other corner.
And the reason why I say from nowhere is, man, his fundamentals are so solid, his stroke is so good, it looks like to me that I just, after making all those nice shots, just didn't expect that miss, that's all. Okay, he's got a, those 4 balls on the upper part of the table, or 5 balls rather, those aren't too much of a problem. I know they look like there's some congestion, like you need to break a ball out, but actually the 15 ball went in the corner once he cleared the 14, so. Okay, he's just got to let the stroke out here. I think on the pink 4, he's got to shoot it in the corner, draw to the side rail, and back over for either. He's hoping a shot on the 3, but he may just get a shot on the 5. We'll see. And that kind of goes for what I said in the last one. Like, look how beautiful a strike that was on the ball right there. And then that's why I was kind of shocked to see the miss on the 3 here in his last inning. So he didn't quite get there on either one of them, meaning he's a little off on the 5. The 10's got him just partially snookered on pocketing the 5. And you can see how tough the 3 is. And I think he has nothing on the 5, so not sure what he's playing here on the 3. A safety is very hard to expect to win the game with. He tried to play a little bit of a kiss shot maybe. Yeah, table's tightening up, Jason. Getting tougher. Okay, nice shot there. Got a little thin on the 5, but so most likely will still draw the ball. He could roll it in, but probably going to have a little distance on the 8 no matter how he plays the 5. Oh, nice shot. There you go.
Liam now on the board, tied at 1 game apiece. In this race to 7.
I think one of our players is taking a timeout. I believe Rickey Cook has stepped away for just a moment.
Quick bathroom break. So while we do that, we're going to hear a word from our friends at pooldog.com.
every loss is a very valuable lesson that I have taken and utilized from my mistakes to make a better person and a better player of myself and others.
I want to make a shout out to Leo, Jose. Without these guys, man, we all did it as a team, you know.
Jose, holy smokes, I
It's
feel
about
bad
to get
for him.
loud in here, folks. It's
I
about
think
to get
so.
loud. Another opportunity for Jose Salas to finish this match off for the World Championship.
Little historical clip from the APA Nationals, I think that was.
That was from our championships in October.
Yeah.
So
All right, 5-ball tracking, but a little short, so an open table now for Rickey Cook. Let's see here. Both of them have some issues, that being the solids and the stripes. Kind of like the solids, I think, a little bit. I'd like to come up and get on this 3-ball right now, right in the center of the table. That would be an excellent place to go. Looks like he's gotten there as well. So I don't know if he really has to rearrange anything here. The 1 does go in the side. He's got the 5 and 6 to get to that ball on the side. I'd still take the 3 off, I think, though, myself. I don't really see the 3 helping me a whole lot, but is he coming into the balls here? You better watch out. You start repositioning balls, you better really know where they're going. Now, I think the 3 did open up okay. Ooh, I don't know if I take the 6 off here just yet. We'll see. The only reason I'm saying, because he's perfect on that other ball on the side right here. That was the pink 4. And that really led towards what was, I think, any kind of problem, which was the 3 and the 1. So I don't think he got on there yet. And he got a little straight on the 7 and the side. So now working the cue ball. He can still do it, but you got to have really good touch when you really don't have much angle. Now the 3 goes all the way up. I wonder if he's drawing short side on that. No. And the reason my concern here on the 4 is because you have an angle and you have to go into some balls. So anytime you have to go into them, I think I draw off of this maybe. The 1 and the 3 both go up long. If he tries to roll this, he could bump the 3 in a bad way. We'll see. I might draw this into the 11. All right, now the 1's gotten in the way of a very off-angle combo. So again, nothing wrong with changing plans. Talk about all the time. It's really, you do it a lot in 8-ball, but really identifying where the real issues are. And sometimes when the balls are kind of open, it's hard to recognize what the real issue is. You know, when they're clustered up, it's obvious, oh, that's a problem, but kind of like the stroke. When the stroke gets good, it's hard to tell when you're making a little bit of an error with the stroke. You know, when it's really off, easy to tell, but okay, a little thin on the 14 to draw into the 12 right now. There's definitely a 10, 9, and 11 there that'll should offer some type of angle to get at the 12. And the other part of it is you have a huge advantage with the 1-3 tied up. So don't feel like you have to get at the 12 ball. If you play a safety of some sort, well, your opponent really has to open the 1-3 up to make a legal hit most likely. So I'd probably make the decision now. This is a tournament pool. You can't get games back. I might just play the safety here.
Reminder, this is a late called 3 p.m. match, so
Yeah.
This is a 1-loss side match. One of these two is going to be heading home, maybe to the beach first and then heading home after this match, but
Yeah, absolutely.
the other will move on through the 1-loss side.
Oh, nice shot there. And he took a gamble there, and the only reason I say is the breakout didn't have to be that great, and it was a missable ball having to put that much on the cue ball.
Do see some of the undefeateds coming in for the 4:30 round as well.
Yeah, and a lot of great players here that aren't even in the event. Now, some accompanying other players, but some came down to just watch, right?
Yeah.
So, Teresa Garland here with her man, Ernesto.
That'd be quite the doubles pairing, quite the Jack and Jill there.
Yeah, pretty tough combo from the Houston area. I talked to Teresa, and she said she just barely missed Natalie Mansbeater in the finals of the qualification.
We saw
there,
Natalie,
so,
yeah. League operator, APA league operator.
Yeah, Galveston. No. Not Galveston County. Maybe she is Galveston County.
I don't know.
It's the south side of Houston is what it is. I was just there right before I came here. And Natalie, a lady that doesn't play as much competitively, but a lot of people don't realize how well she played. She was a good player.
Maybe I'll do some pool power couple doubles, like the Shearmans versus the
there you go.
Ernesto and Teresa kind of thing. That'd be kind of fun.
Heck yeah.
Non-handicapped Jack and Jill.
Yeah, I know.
I'd watch that. You'd watch that, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
That'd be kind of interesting match.
Now, I teach a lot, right? So there's a lot of husbands that come up and say, hey, give my wife a lesson, because whenever I start to help her, it doesn't seem to work so well.
Yeah. Well, Chuck Ritchie, who I had in here earlier, who was playing in the event, his wife is a 7, So
yeah.
I just love the fact that it's a pool. We were talking about pool's a really inclusive sport.
Mm-hmm.
The family, the wife can play, the kids can, play.
And you can play your whole life.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I mean, your friends can play, and it's not really about being the tallest or the fastest or the strongest. So many sports where if you're not, you get weeded out pretty quick. After about 4th grade, if you don't have one of those things, it's harder and harder to play.
Yeah, the brain makes a difference in all those sports, but there are certain physical requirements.
But pool really is a welcoming, open.
Yeah, you can win a lot of ways
yeah.
too. So. And there's all different disciplines. That's what I like, because some people really fancy a game that's a little more cerebral, like 8-ball, and then some want more of the fast and loose execution style 9-ball games, right? So it's really the most amazing game on the planet, in my opinion, just because of that. Only one way to play all those other games. There's a lot of ways to play pool. All right, thin cut in the side to maybe get some of the momentum and get that lead back. Nice shot.
All right, Liem Nguyen takes a 2-1 lead over Rickey Cook in this race to 7. We'll see 2 more games of 8-ball before they switch over to the 9-ball set.
What kind of shaft you playing with? Easy. What kind of shaft you playing with? What kind of shaft you playing with? Go custom. Go. All right. He broke the head ball from the side rail. Again, the head ball. Not much movement in the rack there, and he hit him pretty square. So. All right, Liam has made a solid on the break. Our rules here is it's take what you make. Only open if you make each of the balls the solids in the stripes. Going to take on a tough cut in the corner on the 1, but you can do a lot with this. You're going to play a pocket speed most likely. Maybe cover up the pocket with the solid. It's going to be a strategic game, you can tell. With that big cluster in the middle, unless you get a real great shot to come into those balls with some steam, those are going to stay together for a bit. I think I play a safety here. I think I bumped the 15 up a little bit, maybe even bring it down table by the other balls. Now, I'm trying to see if there's really a strike that I like to break the ball. I guess maybe the 14. Thing is, you're a long distance away, right? So maybe shoot the 14 and use the 12 in the side. You know, kind of ease the 14 in, use the 12 in the side to break the cluster with. Not too risky either because you're not breaking the cluster on a miss, it doesn't look like. Yeah. All right, so he hit a little heavy, I mean, as far as the speed. So now he really doesn't have that angle to open the rack. And he's got still a lonely 15 ball up the table. I know it's hard to do once you start the run, but sometimes you got to say, hey, I can't run out. Let me not make any more balls here, because strategically that helps. Uh-oh. Well, is he just playing safe now, edging the 9? Going back into the pile maybe with the cue ball? Now Liam, even though he's got a lot of balls congested, still in a great spot overall. I don't think I'd do a whole lot here. Now he's got a 4 ball that does open the rack up pretty nicely. So he's a little stretched on it right now, but the 4 is pretty ideal. That's a good look at it, just because you don't have to hit it very hard to get separation. Now he's going to end up a little short of that angle. I think the final 16 of the winner's side, a lot of them are kicking off here in a moment. Okay, the 6 on the side's an easier shot. You really got to manipulate the cue ball to get that angle on the 4, though. So unless you're going to take some distance on the 4. He's going to come away from it now. It's going to lessen the angle. I don't know. Going to have a shot on the 4, but really opening up the 7-3. Very difficult now. Yeah, you'd want to be more towards the center of the table with the cue ball. And I don't know what the breakdown would be, but sure seems like in the open division here we've seen a very consistent, the players wanting to start with 8 ball. Great stroke right there. Maybe able to open the balls and kind of contain his opponent a little bit. All right, he had an offensive shot. I'll tell you what, he didn't leave anything easy for his opponent. Opponent maybe going to have to cut the 11. Get a little risky with the cue ball. Now he's got 4 of them out there, so he could easily just bump off the 15 and go over to the side rail there and make things very difficult for his opponent. cut the 11. Watch out, cue ball. That's the only concern I would have. Boy, you sure hit that sweet. And they gained a little bit of an angle on the 15, which is going to make things a little easier. Not so much pocketing the ball, obviously, but moving the cue ball. As he does need to move it. I don't think the 13 passes the 9. So a little high right English. Spread the cue ball out a little bit. Needs it to slow down just a touch. Should be good. He missed the 13, so. Well, Liam's got to go 3 rails off the 7 with inside English here. And really, as long as he gets to spin and gets around, it's a pretty safe shot, too, considering where the 13's land. If he gets around past the 8, he's not going to give up a shot on the 9, and that's where you want to go for position anyways. Now, here you don't need as high a tip as you need a definitely left English. Oh, great stroke. And kind of what I saw to begin this match. Really, really good fundamentally back and forth with the cue. That's why you saw him move the cue ball so easily. Now just a stun, draw stun back behind. Pure draw also works. And then you catch the second rail or just one rail like that. I didn't want to get jacked up. Oh my. Still okay and in a good spot. I mean, you figure him to roll it, put the 8 over the pocket. If he happens to miss, the 9 will be in a tough spot. Of course, the 13, you can see how tough that is. And a nice out, and a 3-1 lead. Our last game of 8-ball coming up in this 3 o'clock round match. It's a 1-loss side. So we're going to lose a customer. So Ricky's got to shake off a couple of those games. He had an opportunity, played them really well. Just kind of let a pocketing a ball here and there slip away. Okay, he's made 2 balls, a stripe and a solid, so that always helps. And just at first glance, they're both runnable. Stripes look pretty nice. Nice dressed up on the 9 to get on the 15. And that leads towards the other stripe, or maybe that's not the 15 that's below the 6. Whatever that ball stripe is below the 6, you want to shoot next. The 15's to the right of the 8-ball a little bit. Yeah. And really you can't pass on the 11 here. You got to shoot the 11. That's the one that's congested up. And I don't know why he's waiting on the 11 exactly, but that offered getting on the 15 easily as well. And you can see there's 4 and 6 above the 11, so unless he's real confident getting on the 12 to finish with the 11, I guess. But a lot of times what you're looking at with the 11, it's not really serving a purpose. So a lot of times you go ahead and take that ball off. Now he's landed on the rail, and he's okay, though. He's got a little angle. He can go to the side rail, get on the 10 in the corner by the 1. Wants to get nice and heavy on it. That way he gets on the gap for the 11 later. And you got to shoot the 12 here. You got too many options on the 11 and the 10 to take on a missable ball here on the 10 or something like that. So go the rail. I think he's gotten perfect on the 10 to be able to hold for the 11. I think anyways. He might want to shoot the 11, and since he's there already, kind of goes with what I was saying with the first shot. He kind of passed up on it. But it looks like to me cues pretty easily on the 10, and it's perfect to just hold the ball for the 11. Maybe not. I'll just draw the cue ball between the 4-6. Of course, the under hits the issue. Caught a little piece of the 4, but he has a nice angle to go towards the 5 with the cue ball and have a nice shot on the 8. So really about no miss in this situation here to get this final game of 8 ball and a huge lead at 4-1. We've seen these leads just hold up every match, it seems like, at least on the TV table. Oh, nice shot. I don't think he was so convinced when it first left the cue stick, but nice shot. A medium tough shot here just because he's on the rail. Oh, really nice. And now 4-1 for Liem Nguyen over Rickey Cook. Now on to the 9-ball side of things. So these guys will usually pick up the pace around the table a little bit. Not quite as much thinking when it comes to the 9-ball. All right, he's made 3 balls on the break. He's going to get the 2 over the side for a great starter. Real natural position with a high left cue ball. Man, this is very runnable. This first shot will tell us all about it, though. If he gets on the 3, the 5's near. 6, 7, 9 at the bottom of your of the rack, and he's just a skosh of left English here. He might catch the 5. Okay, he went by it. Going to get a little longer distance and maybe a hair more angle. I thought he might put left and go between the 3-5 with the cue ball. Try and get nice and straight on the 3. Straight on the 3 really led towards just a little easier, situation. Nice shot on the 3. I think the 6 passes the 7. So he's nice and heavy. Again, all about pocketing the ball. Cue ball position, I think, pretty natural with a high ball. And this man's tempo is getting better and better. It started off pretty darn good. Doesn't take a lot of like a bigger pre-stroke or 2 like you'll see most players. Kind of just stays with the little, a little closer to the cue ball, little bumps of the, see the cue there. And extending that lead with a break and run here, it looks like, to open the 9-ball side This is one loss, so unfortunately we're going to lose a player. And now 5-1 for Mr. Nguyen. All right, corner ball down again. He's got a nice starter on the 1 in the corner or the side. Probably the side that leads towards easy position, just kind of rolling at the 9. He could draw between the 3-7 as well. Probably the best shot. You just got to make sure you're line of the cue ball when you draw it here. And not sure he's looking at that, but what he's looking at still rolling maybe between the 4-9, I guess. I don't mind the roll shot myself. Draw stroke, you're a little more in control of what's going on. He's overcut it, just kind of took his eye off of it a little bit. So we'll see what Rickey can do, trailing 5-1, get started here. Got to get her going. Nice shot there on the combo. Now Rickey looks like he's probably going to, I think, maybe catch a piece of the 4. Maybe he goes by the 4, plays it in the same pocket as the 3. All right, got a little heavy, so it's going to get a little thin on the 4, but position's natural. He's overcut it. Very common on that shot. All right, he can bank the 4 back down table, all the way up table, and use the 6-7, just come over to the left side. He's going to try and use the 5, I think. All right, really good speed with the object ball. Nice kick shot. He may have fluked it. Really good with the cue ball, trying to play a little safety with that kick. Now another safety coming up. That looks like a really nice shot there. May leak out a little bit. I think he's all right. Good hit. Got the cue ball to the rail. Left the tester here. 5-1 down. These type of shots tend to look a little tougher, but he's got to elevate just a little bit. Not a whole lot. Doesn't really need draw on the ball. Just can't go forward too much. Oh, nice shot. Didn't slow roll that one. Nice confident stroke. Now looks to cut into that lead 5-2 now. After this 9-ball, and should be breaking the balls. We'll see his first 9-ball break. All right, didn't see anything down. One's going to get covered up, so most likely a rollout situation for Liem. Okay, he rolled out like that because he didn't want to roll out to some type of offensive shot with the ball so open. So I don't think Rickey will pass on this, but he'll take on the safety, right? But that may leak for a little bit of a look at the one. Not sure how much offensively, but yeah, he can cut it. Now, he can't really get on the 2 is a problem, but he could bank it, not really get on that 2 either. Oh, what a great stroke. And got on the 2. Wow. Shot of the day right there, I'll tell you. I know it's just a cross corner, but how clean he hit it and got a ton on the cue ball. And now really from that shot there, I mean, if he can, maneuver around this traffic right here, take a shot on the 3, the 4's in the side, the 5's not far. I don't know. He may have gotten snookered here. We'll see. That's close. Maybe a jump, maybe a mild swerve here. It's so close that I think you can jump this with your full cue and be pretty confident doing it. Anytime it's just a sliver, doesn't take much to get over the ball. Okay, he's going level, so that tells me he can get at it here. Again, the 4's in the side. Maybe he's swerving it a little bit. Nice shot. Now he's going to get a little thinner on the 4 than he wanted. And that just had to do with, he couldn't do a whole lot on the 3 ball. I think he had to add that little bit of right spin to throw the 3 in, which is going to carry the cue ball to that side of the table where he's at. Now, can he avoid anything here? Doesn't want to lose the cue ball scratching. May draw this with a little inside. Like that. Oh, he did scratch. Didn't quite give the draw time to take is all. You saw how hot that cue ball was So when you're cutting the ball thin, you're not hitting much object ball. So the draw doesn't want to grab immediately, right? So a little heavy, so he's going to fall a little straighter and a little nearer the rail than he wanted. So draw stroke coming, I think. And a lot of people don't realize what portion of the pocket you catch the object ball with, or if you catch to a little side of it you didn't want to. The cue ball just loses a little speed a lot of times, sometimes too much speed depending. But he can go high inside, it looks like. Oh, watch outside pocket. He's getting past that. Still a bit of a tester here. Oh, nice shot there by Rickey. Really let the stroke out with a little top inside. Just make sure you pay attention here. All right, now 5-3. So 9 balls so far has been a good thing for Rickey Cook of Benton, Arkansas. I'm not sure who Benton is, but most states I've been to have a Benton, B-E-N-T-O-N, or who he was, or she, but Rickey in position to break. Can't wait for that rack to get off, come off the balls after winning a couple games in a row, getting himself right back in this match. Now, Liam's got to shake off a couple little mistakes. Okay, this cue ball is going to come up for a cut on the 1. It's thin, but I don't think one that Mr. Cook's going to pass up on. He's got to work the cue ball from the 2 to the 3. So he's going to want to float this 1 in just as easy as he can do it. That way it doesn't get too much angle on the 2 ball. Does want a little bit of an angle, but if you get too much, very hard to draw off of that 2 ball. Is he going back and forth? Yeah, I thought he'd kind of ease it. Still going to be difficult to get back, so watch outside pocket. Really got to put the stroke on this with low and some right English. Still watch out, like I said, the side pocket by the 5. And he got a lot out of it, just got a little thick to the hole, bobbled the ball, and you'll see that sometimes just because you're fearing that scratch and you really want to get back for position. So. Wow, he's not gonna quite get there. He actually hit it too good. Got quite a bit of draw, not as much stun. He's got the bridge out. So is he edging the left side of this? Is he trying to move the 3? I wouldn't try to move the 3 much. Ooh, double kiss there. That helped the snooker. And again, a soft safety here, something that Mr. Cook should definitely hit. Nice hit. Hit the correct side of the 3. Trying to send it up table and create some type of separation. Really nice. May have a sliver of this 3 ball, but I mean, this, you want to shoot at it if you do have a piece of it. That way you can run the cue ball here. Always better than kicking at it, but still it's not easy. And that's just all you can do is, you know, you might leave it over the pocket, but try to play that rail speed. Maybe the 8 helps you out. You're not going to leave any hanger anyways, it doesn't look like. Nice. Just got to roll this in and take on that 5. Tries to go rail first and come around the table. Makes the 3 very missable, and you may not get position anyways. I know it's never fun to have to roll the ball, but maybe, is he hitting right English? That tells me maybe rail first. And he hit it great. Just a long ways to go to get all the way around, and now he's going to have to play a safety. Can maybe play the bank, but no position on the 6. So probably cue ball behind the 7-9, the 5 out, kind of out in the center of the table. I don't think he would go for this. He's queuing up like he's maybe shooting at it, though. Yeah, I just didn't see position ever happening. Just not enough angle on the 5 to really move the cue ball. Now, you can move it and miss the 5, of course, but doesn't do any of us any good shooting it that way. Now, long shot for Liem. He's knocked in a lot of them already in this match. Couple of them in the 8 ball that were really crucial shots. Good thing about this is all about just going forward with the cue ball for position. So unless he hangs this, right, could get a little safe if he does miss. He hit that sweet. Gonna get a little thin on the 6, but he's close. Ooh, that ball came up quite a bit. I was going to say he's pretty close to it, but I didn't think it. I thought that ball would stop another inch or 2 shy, and just kind of kept coming. So he's going to play the safety now. It doesn't look like he's going to play the shot. He's going to need some help on the 6. Watch out, 9 ball. And he couldn't reach that, but still kind of better off to reach over and edge that ball and run the cue ball trying to contain the 6. A lot easier to feel where the cue ball's going, especially with the speed control. Don't realize really how much you can move the object ball easily. Is he drawing this? No, he's following it. Overcut it. Wow, what a sweet hit that was. Now, one thing you can see that I've learned is how to edge the ball correctly. You see he didn't let up on it, meaning he didn't crush it, but he didn't try to guide it, right? So that makes the ball cut very cleanly and usually makes the 6 actually not move as far while the cue ball still travels way up the table. Oh, he might have made this one. He did, and really got a little piece of that maroon 7, but maybe deserved a little more piece of it. What a great shot that was on the 6. So you got to go side pocket here, or can he? Watch out for that corner. So we'll see how Liem wants to play it. Pretty straightish on the 7. So for me, I just take what the shot gives me on this shot here. I just come out maybe over an inch and take the cut shot. Don't really like rolling the 7 and going long distance away from the 8. Yeah, I kind of size up, you know, what it's given me and what I can get out of it without threatening missing the 7, right? So you don't want to cinch the 7. You want to make that nice fluid stroke he has, confident stroke. But just know the 8's not that tough a shot, even if he just barely moves. Didn't expect that miss. Now does Rickey want to play the cross corner bank? The cut is makeable cut shot, but most would stay away from that. I went for the bank, and that's the reason why you bank at it. From that angle, it's hard to hang the bank if you aim to the high part of the pocket. And if you miss the pocket, it comes back across to the middle of the end rail. So now if you catch the low part, the bottom rail on that bank, you could hang that ball. But from the top at that speed, the pocket wants to accept the ball or really kind of go away. Now is he banking the 7 back down? 2 rails on top of the 8. Oh, he's thinning it again. How good does this guy thin the ball, by the way? One of the tougher shots in all of pool is really to make the cue ball escape without the object ball moving much. He might need some help from the side pocket. No, he did all right. So rail first shot here coming up. And again, we talked about it yesterday. I've been super impressed with the gut instinct and the knowledge of these players as far as the safeties and what has to be done to be effective. Really, really been impressed. Now, this type of rail first, you got to kind of smooth it a little bit, or else that corner pocket, that opposite corner pocket becomes a big scratch, because the ball kind of wants to bounce off the 7 instead of getting to the end rail. Now he come across it, so this is going to spin heavy and leave a long, tough shot for Rickey. All right, pretty natural position with a high ball. This is where that tempo of his really, serves a great purpose as far as pocketing these long shots like that. Not only does it lend towards, or lean towards really easy cue ball movement. If I had time, I would explain it, but that tempo is just a repeatable stroke, and so your aim becomes very solid. You become very confident in your aim as well. And the one thing I couldn't stress more is your margin for error, which sounds like something you don't want, but margin for error is a huge thing in this game right here at pool. And now it's a chance to get on the hill. Doesn't have to call it, I don't think anyways. And now Mr. Nguyen up 6-3. Two ball tracking towards the side. I don't know if the bank shot's going to open up or not. He's got a thin cut on the side on the 1, but going away from the 3. So both these players have played pretty smart when it comes to shot selection in these early ones here. Probably a safety. I'd maybe come across the 1 and go up table with the cue ball, banking the 1 over by the 7 maybe or something like that. Oh, he tried to make it. All right, cue ball behind the 3 maybe. Could go behind the 6, but the 3 and the 9's a bit more cover. A bit easier to execute. And just didn't get what he wanted there, and he's left a cut shot on the 1 and one that leads towards shape, so. Nice shot. Had to play a little thinner side of the pocket just because he was rolling the ball. A lot of times you don't get as clean a cut on the ball, right? So you aim a little thinner knowing the ball might drag on you a little bit, kind of skittish. Now this one you don't have to elevate. You actually miss the ball more when you elevate. He hit it great. So now a little position on the 5. The 6 is near the pocket. Little stretch here on the 4. Like to keep it simple with the 6 near the pocket, but not sure really if he can keep it too simple. He's got an angle, so he's got to work the ball. Well, he's going to love this. It's a little heavy, but really nice stroke with the bridge, getting 2 rails clear of the 8. And really kind of one shot away from winning this match. Decisions. Do I play it more simply? Do I attack 2 rails, getting a little straighter on the 6, a little closer to the 6? And I like him doing that. There's enough room. Just got to dodge the side pocket. And he loves it. Well, pretty good anyways now. Just a little stretched again, but 1 rail towards the 7. You can see the 8's near and the 9's not too bad. So just a little top right English here. Like I said, you just use your tip position to kind of direct the cue ball 1 rail. Now you got to stay heavy on this. When you're elevated, you could overcut this with spin easily. You see it hit the top part of the pocket. And that's not something you'll feel. That's just kind of something you learn after a few years. And you see the cue ball came off hot, so that means he did overcut it a little bit. Okay. Cue ball, watch out for the cue ball. I feel good about him pocketing the ball. Man, what a set this kid has played here. And I say kid, call everybody kid, but sure has played a solid set. And so has Rickey, really just kind of Liam took advantage of a few more opportunities. So unfortunately we're going to lose Rickey Cook of Benton, Arkansas, but I'm sure he'll be back and played a fine tournament, just wasn't to be. But Mr. Nguyen is going to advance on and with a 7-3 victory. I'm Jeremy Jones with the APA, and at the 2022 U.S. Amateurs, we'll be back for more matches soon, so stay tuned.